Hi, this is Saint with Bounce House Marketing, and today we're going to be creating a banner with rounded edges. Okay, so we're going to start off by going to File, New. Let's make the width about 600. We'll leave that. Make the width about the height about 150. Keep the resolution at 300. Click OK. Alright, so we're going to drag this over. And the first thing we want to do is create a new layer by clicking on New Layer right here. Alright, let's rename this layer by double clicking on it to Rectangle, which will be our rounded rectangle. And what we want to do is go here to our vector shapes, and if it's not already on the vector shape, if you hold it, you'll see rounded rectangle tool right here. Okay, let's make the radius 30 right here, and what you want to do is click and drag the cursor. Okay, there we go, so you get it where you want it. And to fill this in, we're going to actually go to our paths layer right here, make sure this is clicked, and let's go right here to choose our color, and let's choose like a blue, like a light blue right here. Click OK, and you want to click this icon right here to fill it in. There we go. So deselect it by clicking anywhere off of the path and go back to your layer. And this background layer here we can actually get rid of. Let's get rid of that. Alright, so now it's a transparent background. Alright, now let's put a little bit of text, going to our text tool right here, and we're going to write rounded banner. Now you probably won't see anything because the color that was by default was this blue color. What we could do is if we kind of click right here on the text tool, let's change it to white, and there you go. It'll pop up right there. So let's center that with the move tool right here, and then let's you know what? Let's change the font. Let's change it to let me see, an impact font. You may not have this font installed. You can actually go to like 1001fonts.com, I think it is, or you can Google 1001 free fonts and you can find all these different fonts on there. But let's find the impact right there. Alright, and from actually the previous tutorial, let's right click on this and go to blending options again. And let's make a drop shadow. There we go. And we want to give this background image right here a little bit of a style, so we'll click on that layer right there, right click on it, go to blending options, and let's give it a bit of a bevel. Click on the bevel option here. You have different options like inset bevel, inner bevel, emboss, things like that. We'll just keep it at outer bevel. Actually, you know what? Inner bevel is good. And the depth, we'll bring it up a little bit. And the size, let's bring that back, the depth actually back down to right about there. And bring the size up. You can actually change the colors here, but we're going to leave them by default. You can play around with some of these options, like the angle of certain things, which actually, if you look, it'll actually change the angle of the drop shadow. So we're going to leave it right about here. That's good. Click OK. Now for this to actually pop up for your websites to have a transparent background, go to File, Save for Web and Devices. Right now it's at JPEG. You want to change that to something like GIF, which is transparent also in the background, or PNG. We'll put it to PNG right there. Leave the default image size and height and hit Save. And it's going to ask you where to save it, so let's just save it to desktop here, and we'll call it something like round banner, and hit save, and that should be it. That's basically created the rounded banner, which is right here, and it's a PNG file that you can use for your websites or anything like that that'll go over your backgrounds, and that's basically how you created a rounded banner.